Oh yeah, this is custom. It broke. Probably because it was rubbing against the plate. Attempt number 2. Okay, I won't go so hard on it this time. I think I put too much pressure. I haven't even done anything today and this stupid skid plate fell off. I guess it's better here than somewhere up in a deep trail somewhere. Well, my skid plate tried to fall off already, and it only tried. It didn't fall all the way off, so I'm good. Got plenty of zip ties. Got more where that came from. I can zip tie this bike into a whole new bike. This trail is starting to look familiar. I think I've been here before. According to my tracks I have. Should be some pretty cool single track. Starting off pretty late in the day, so you know, we'll see how everything goes. Might not be able to travel too far. Starting to get into hunting season as well, so I'm starting to notice camps starting to pop up here and there. This stuff is open year-round for dirt bikes. I double-checked the maps just to make sure. Just in case I need that ammunition, it's really good to pay attention to that. And it is rocky. Very rocky. A lot of this stuff is just loose, moves around on you. There's kind of a trail burnt into it, so that is helpful. Sometimes it runs just straight into a tree. I drove my trusty Toyota Tundra here, and it is trusty. It's been a great truck this summer. It has been amazing. Yeah, no issues with the Toyota so far. Let me just make sure this is motorized, since it does look like I have possibly a horse in front of me. According to the tracks, this is all open to motorized right now. Good to know. It doesn't take very long to hop on to Onyx Off-Road and figure out what's legal, what's not legal. It's pretty convenient. This bike is acting way better. I did some adjusting to the suspension. When it comes to suspension, there are things that you should know. And although I'm pretty decent at setting it up, I don't always know which does what on the knobs. So I had to research that for this specific bike. My dad's got a 200, so I gave him a call and he looked in the manual just to be sure. But there's a preload setting, which I'm always aware of that one. That one's just the metal ring on top of the fork. So that's how you set your preload. And essentially you're taking up slack, which makes your suspension sometimes a little bit more responsive and stiffens it slightly because you're utilizing the spring. The big one is your adjustment screw, which should adjust your stiffness, and I have not adjusted that whatsoever yet. That's where I'm really needing some work though on this bike currently, is I need to soften it up because it's a little stiff still. I adjusted the rebound dampening all the way to where it's all the way slow, so I'm not getting the quick rebound. That said, once I adjust the suspension a little softer, I'm going to adjust that rebound as well. But right now, it feels way better than it did. And apparently, the rebound was just way too fast before, because right now it's behaving itself infinitely better than it was just a couple weeks ago. I do have my complaints about this bike and every bike I've ever ridden, but you have to remember that before I got to the alpha mode on the Husqvarna TE250, that's where it's at right now. It's taken a long time to get there. It took a year of riding it to get it set up to where I liked it. In fact, when I first got it, its suspension was way too soft. It was so floppy, sloppy. Every time I'd go into a corner, the thing would shift to one side and dive. It had a tendency to dive to one side, and it was like, dang. Yeah, I adjusted it, fine-tuned it, and now it is where it's at, and it's really good. Over time, I think that I can get this suspension dialed just as good as the Husky. However, this is a different platform of a motorcycle just in general, with the rake angle different, and all kinds of things about this bike are different, and that's okay. It's totally okay. It's just going to feel a little bit different than the Husky. I've got to say that this bike really does feel pretty solid right now. Again, running the Lucioli tubes, so not afraid to smack in the stuff right now. I will test these tubes out. I really don't think these tubes will ever really wear out. I think they're gonna last as long as the bike. Like I've said before, I will have to get the technique down for changing them out when I get a new tire on though. But tires are generally probably like once a year for me, once every 2 years for the front, because I run multiple bikes. So I'll put some time on the Husky, some time on this, and we're at the end of the year right now. We're going in the winter time, and so the 4-stroke is about to come out. The 4-stroke is my winter platform, and I am going to start using that one. So these tires will essentially be new when I really start riding it again. I have incrementally decreased air pressure in these tubes. You can pretty much run 0 pounds in these and be totally fine. But I'm down to, I think, 8 pounds in both the front and the rear. The first ride I had a little bit more because I wanted to ensure that these were ready to go. But with as much time as I have on this bike, I can't see having issues with them at this point. Knock on wood, without crashing. The only way I'm knocking on wood right now is with my tires, hopefully. Definitely a pretty area. I remember this trail now. This is the one that I took my Beta 500 on, and I got a flat tire up on that side hill right there. That sucked. Speaking of having bulletproof tubes, that is why you need them. And that trip kind of prompted me to sell that Beta 500, actually. Because after that trip, I'm like, wait, why am I riding a dual sport on really deep enduro stuff? Because there's no truck to get back to. I can't limp the bike back to a truck or hike back to a truck. It's really just, you're really just SOL. Okay, so now I'm feeling this rebound being too slow now over this kind of stuff. And my skid plate. Is it back to being a little flopper? If I remember right, there is some kind of jagged rock you climb through right here. And that is what took me out. Took my bike out, at least. Yeah, right in here. If you guys can hear a clinking, that's my skid plate. Kind of bouncing just slightly up against my frame. But fear not, I have many zip ties. If you guys have any suggestions for things to carry on a ride, be sure to let me know in the comment section. Zip ties are one of my top favorites. Okay, it's getting loud down there. I gotta check it out. Alright, well, I stopped, fixed my skid plate, decided to fly the drone a little bit. The drone was signed out, couldn't get network connection, so...
My bolts are falling out of everything. Zip ties are holding my little bike together. My drone wasn't logged in. My drone is taking an act of God to get in. It's okay, because I'm riding my motorcycle. The girl at the council gas station was mean. It seemed like she needed a hug. Another bolt just fell out of my bike. But I'm happy long as I don't have to hike, it's okay. As long as I get to ride my motorcycle.
It's just, it's sometimes it's frustrating to try to get all of the technology working to actually film, and on top of that keep the mechanical stuff going. And granted, it's by no means the motorcycle's fault that the skid plate is falling off. In fact, it's an aftermarket skid plate, so trail fixes are essential. So every time you go out riding, you should be able to do a trail fix. To some extent. I mean, I don't know if I could do anything too crazy, but okay, so I'm entering the part of the trail that I took other people on. And actually, this is kind of a side note to the trail, I believe. This goes over to an overlook. Wow, that's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Pretty on both sides, actually. I believe that's Cascade Lake off in the distance. And probably some black specks to you guys. Those are cows, wild, majestic variety. And if I remember right, this is a dead end on an old lookout. This lookout got struck by lightning and burned down many years ago. And if I remember right, no business lookout ended up replacing this one, but you can see why they would build a lookout right here. Nothing left of it. This is just a concrete step to nowhere. Nowhere right now. But great view up here. This is a really, really pretty trail. It's pretty awesome. But off in the distance, you can see the building overlooking Cascade. Anyways, yeah, that would be no business lookout. That little tiny white speck. To me, it's a white speck, so for you guys, you probably can't see it. Beautiful up here. Anyways, thanks for coming along for the adventure. I'll catch you on the next one.
Because I'm riding my motorcycle. The girl at the council gas station was mean. It seemed like she needed a hug. Another bolt just fell out of my bike. But I'm happy as long as I don't have to hike. It's okay as long as I get to ride my motorcycle.